Hey, Green, I want to tell you about the time I almost got kicked out of school. Earlier today, I posted an interview with Authority magazine that I was featured in, and it's amazing. You should check it out. I shared it on LinkedIn as well, and an old college friend of mine, whom I love dearly, commented on it, and she said that it reminded her of my days back at the University of Stellenbosch. I was, I don't want to say I was always getting into trouble, but Stellenbosch is the birthplace of apartheid. I'm not sure how much you know about apartheid in South Africa, but apartheid was the separate development policy that they used to oppress Black people. And I mean, South Africa is still messed up because of it. So I have always been very outspoken, and whenever I saw anything, I made a lot of noise about it. In this one case in particular, the Students' Representative Council, who were like the head student body, had an election and they had a bunch of posters which were all horrendous. They were racist, misogynistic. They were absolutely wild. Like, here's one: hug a black friend, whatever is that supposed to mean. Here's another one, which uses the term Swart Gevaar. That's Afrikaans. It means black danger or black peril. And it was actually propaganda language used during apartheid to strike fear into the hearts of white South Africans about how the country was, they were all going to get killed and the children were going to get raped and all kinds of crazy, wild things. If if they didn't keep oppressing Black people, I don't know, kind of wild to put that on a post on a college campus for an election. It didn't make sense to me. Anyway, the posters were really bad. They were absolutely ridiculous. And I caused a ruckus. The university didn't care. I tried speaking to a bunch of different bodies, all the different student leaders, student affairs. Nobody cared. So what I did was I created my own campaign. I wrote an article about it and I sent it to, because I was a journalist at the time as well, I sent it to everybody in my network. And my network was global. I sent it to all the student papers. I sent it to national papers. I sent it everywhere. I sent it overseas. And the kicker actually was I sent it to the sponsors of the campaign. The sponsors of the campaign was a big national book chain. And I sent them a letter and I was like, yo, do you really want your brand to be associated with this? And they withdrew their funding. Not only did they withdraw their funding from the campaign, but they withdrew their funding from the school. And it was around that time that the university actually started paying attention. Up until then, they'd been ignoring me. At around the same time, the story also started picking up nationally and internationally. So they were getting a lot of bad press and they were getting a lot of calls from alumni who were like, yo, what's going on? And I remember I got called into, the Dean of Student Affairs called me into her office and she told me that, um, she basically told me that activism was good, but she said that it would be a shame if my student visa was revoked because then I would have to go home. So I was in South Africa on a student visa. I wasn't South African. So she was basically threatening me. But the main thing that taught me, which is a really wonderful lesson that I'm so glad that I learned really early on, is that money has power. Money has so much power. And that's another reason why I'm so serious about Black economics. It's another reason why I'm serious about serving Black businesses, investing in and supporting Black businesses, making my Black dollar bounce, because I recognize that, especially if we come together and turn it into a collective economics play, we can change the game for ourselves as opposed to waiting for anybody else to rescue us, as opposed to expecting anybody else to care about us and our problems. And that's one of the reasons that Black Girl PR is Black Girl PR. So if you're about Black economics, if you're about making the Black dollar bounce, and you also are interested in PR, getting your brand on bigger platforms so that more people can hear about you, learn about your message, learn about how amazing your products and services are, so that you can attract them back to your site and then convert them, grab my free case study video. It's called How to Get Publicity for Your Business Without Breaking the Bank. All you have to do is enter your best email address and you'll get instant access to it.